Hey, yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing my Andrew Cutter Picks of the Weeks. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel and know nothing about this video series, basically my Andrew Cutter Pick of the Weeks are where I take a look at this week in DC Comics. Then I select the comic that I enjoyed the most and declare my Andrew Cutter Pick of the Week. Now, if at any time during this video you want to know more about anything that I am talking about, well, you can just go back on my channel. I already did a review talking about all of these comics. In addition to that, I will talk about any news or updates pertaining to myself or my channel. Just putting this on vibrate. So, with that said, let's jump into my Andrew Cutter Picks of the Weeks. Oh, on a small side note, actually today, April 19th, is my birthday. Huzzah! So, with that said, like I said in my previous video, this is a big week for DC Comics for me, and I also want to point out that I did forget that Challenge of the Unknown did come out. Quick review, good issue, wrapped up the series pretty well, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Quick and easy. Sorry, I forgot to pick that up earlier on in the week. So we have this week Batman, we have Nightwing, we have Catwoman. Just kind of running through these real quickly. We have Birds of Prey, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Wonder Woman, all these issue number 8s, Supergirl, Blue Beetle, DC Universe presents The Challenges of the Unknown, and finally rounding out the week is Justice League. This was a solid week. Every comic was good, if not really good, in this week. Uh, However, there's one comic that stood out more than the others for me, and there were a lot of good comics. Batman was phenomenal. Nightwing was phenomenal. Justice League was fun. Supergirl was fun. Birds of Prey was really good. But if there was one comic that stood out the most to me this week, would be Wonder Woman, issue number 8. Let's talk a little bit about Wonder Woman. Um, when I look at the top 5 of the DCU and comics that have been good in the DCU, Wonder Woman is definitely up in there for the new 52. The story has been a great epic, a great Greek epic. It kind of has its own niche in the DC universe with its mythology. And personally, and not everyone's going to agree with me on this, but personally, I feel as though Wonder Woman's being well represented. She feels very much like Wonder Woman. Maybe she's not quite as much as a diplomat as she was beforehand, and a little bit more of a warrior, but she still has that compassion, that love, and that respect that Wonder Woman has, and still there's a good voice for her in this. I think Wonder Woman has been a fantastic comic and definitely something people should consider picking up. Some people are opposed to Wonder Woman because they do feel as though this is a completely different Wonder Woman. I would have to respectfully disagree, and everyone has a right to their own opinions. I feel as though this does feel like Wonder Woman. Yes, she is different, but everything in the new 52 is different. That's kind of the point of it, to make things different. Even combo characters like Batman and Green Lantern, which have been relatively untouched, they're still different in some way, shape, or form. So yes, Wonder Woman issue number 8 gets my Andrew Cutter pick of the week. And like I said, this week has been on a whole a good week. So let's talk about a few things. Video game wise, when it comes down to the Wii, I beat Wario Land Shake It and I beat Donkey Kong Country Returns. Those are out of the way. Now I'm playing Kirby's Epic Yarn, and boy, is it a quick switch from playing the hardcore game of Donkey Kong Country Returns and then going to the most mellow, easiest game on the Wii with Kirby Epic Yarn. You can't even die in the game. So it is a big switch, and not a bad thing. It's just it's different. In addition to that, I also recently just beat uh, Trauma Center Under the Knife and Trauma Center Under the Knife 2. I want to quickly talk about these games. If you want good games for the Nintendo DS that are different, then I recommend picking these games up. They're fun, they're enjoyable, they have good gameplay. The designs of the characters are nice. The story, while a little bit cheesy, is good, and you actually feel like you're a doctor when you're playing the game. It really is a fun game series that I do recommend people pick up. And the great thing about them, they're pretty cheap. I got this one, Under the Knife, for $4 at GameStop, and this one I got online for like $12. very cheap, very good, and they're some of the best DS games that I've played. They're not your typical DS games that we all play, like the Zeldas, the Pokemon, so on and so forth, but they're really good. I think Under the Knife 1 had better story and better operations. However, Under the Knife 2 had better character designs and the controls worked a little bit better. But on a whole, it was a good series. I got Second Opinion and New Blood are over there. They are going to be played after Epic Mickey, and then I need to pick up Trauma Team. So really good, really good. I am continuing my newfound profound love for wrestling. Uh, two things stick in my mind in particular, seeing that The Rock is going to be gone for a bit. One is Brock Lesnar's return has been really good, very well done. His interview this past Monday night was very enjoyable, where he talks about how he just wants to hurt Cena. How can I hate a guy like that? Hey, he just wants to hurt Cena. A lot of the things he said was true. If he was still around, if he stayed with wrestling, where would Cena be? Would he even be the man? Would Cena rise to the position? Because you look at Cena and Orton, they're talented in their own respect. Orton kind of has the atmosphere down, very much like Jake the Snake Roberts, and he has a pretty good wrestling repertoire. And John Cena, love him or hate him, is excellent on the mic, and that's enough to get him through, and he's very charismatic. But these two stars, Cena and Orton, kind of rose up because Austin left, Angle left, Rock left, Brock Lesnar left. Taker became more part time. Jericho kind of left and became more part time. The only one that really stuck around was Triple H and HBK. But hey, what happens if Brock Lesnar stayed? Where would these wrestlers be now? Good question. But it's really good to have Brock Lesnar back. Really fun, and it feels again. It's like when The Rock came back. It's like that injection of adrenaline. I feel a pump surging through me. My favorite wrestler came back with The Rock, and now Brock Lesnar, who's a wrestler that I've been missing a lot lately, is back and is great. I know what you guys are doing. You're eyeing my Charizard over there. Yes, you are. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He is beautiful. Yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out my. Oh, I didn't show it yet. I actually talked about the Charizard in a previous video. My next What I Am Thinking, I will be talking about that Charizard. But that Charizard over there was actually a commissioned work. It's a beaded Charizard 3.5, not 3.5, third generation. I'm talking D&D style. Third generation Charizard Sprite from Fire Red. My friend did for me. I will actually talk about it more in my next What I Am Thinking, which I do have coming up soon. So in saying that, the second thing that I'm happy about in wrestling is Lord Tensai. I know a lot of people can't get over the fact he was Prince Albert or A Train, and I know a lot of people don't care for his gimmick, but I'm loving it. I like how it's different. It's very much a what is it? Life imitating art or art imitating life or some combination of the two. And Prince Al, I'm gonna call him A Train. No, I should call him Tensai. To me, Tensai will always be A Train, but the new gimmick is working out pretty well. I like the fact that he's coming back and he's beating up people, beat up Cena. How awesome is that? Um, and he has a good move set. He looks good. He looks better than he did when he left. And I could see him in a future main event status. Maybe not WWE title just yet, but I can see him in future main event status. And a lot of people, it's not like Brock Lesnar where he came out of nowhere. He's a new wrestler and he's just getting the championship. He paid his dues. He was in WWE for X amount of years. Paid his dues there. Went to Japan, got better, paid his dues there, and now he's back. So Lord Tensai is looking to be good. However, it brings into a question of Cena, who is technically still considered the top guy in WWE. If he's getting beaten so much, what does that say about Cena? And I think the Brock Lesnar feud with him is, they're jumping to a match a little too quickly. I would actually like to see next year's WrestleMania, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. But that's neither here nor there. There's rumors that Brock Lesnar is going to fight Rock for the title. Yeah, I don't think so. But yes, anything else happened? C2E2 came out. I did not go because I don't have money. But apparently DC Comics is after the issue 12s are going to go to issue zeros for a moment, and then they're going to go to issue 13. So we're going to get some issue zeros. Exactly what those are going to be, I don't know. Maybe they're going to be what happened before the issue number ones. Is it going to be origins for some characters? Or is it going to be how the characters got to the position they're at? What did Batman do before the Night of the Owls? Does it show how Dick Grayson went from from Batman to Nightwing? Does it show the big collapse of the falling out in Superman's life? A lot of questions that could be answered with the issue zeros, but at the same time, I feel as though the issue zeros will probably, I don't think they're necessary. It feels like we're taking a step back before we take any more step forward. So, what's your opinions on it? Do you guys think the issue zeros are a good idea? I'm not opposing them, but are they absolutely necessary? Especially with characters like Grifter and Voodoo, whose story very much are, well, not so much Voodoo, but like Grifter or Justice League Dark, or where their stories are very much started with issue number one. Grifter was not Grifter before issue number one. He was just the con man that he was. So we'll see how that goes. They're also releasing a DC Universe comic on Free Comic Book Day, which I look forward to picking up. And there was a bunch of interviews here and there from C2E2, which I recommend you go into Comic Vine for and check out what those are about. Um, Anything else on the news or updates? Not too much. I've been doing a lot of job searching. I had 3 interviews this week. One of them was promising. The other ones, not quite my cup of tea. So hopefully I can get a job. The job is a bit out of the way for me driving wise, but at this point, a job's a job, and it looks like it could be a good job. So, like I said beforehand for you guys, if I do get a job, I might have my reviews just be a day later, or maybe just later on in the day. Um, we'll see what happens. So, when it happens, it happens. Uh, I like to say with utmost confidence for the foreseeable future, I see there's a lot of comics that I was going to cut, but because actually, I'll pull up the list right now real quickly, and I'm going into a little bit overtime, but there were a few comics that were going to cut because of finances. Comics such as All Star Western and oh, what was the other one? Stormwatch. I was actually going to think about cutting them, but I am not. Let me just check one thing. Put this here. All Star Western. Okay. I was thinking about cutting them just because there was a lot of money was being put into comic books. I don't have that much money. Duh. But this is but I'm gonna stick with them because I love All Star Western and Stormwatch has been very good. So currently, right now, here's the list of comic books. Just a quick update for you guys. Uh, Comics that I am always 100% subscribed to, no matter what, no matter how good or bad they are, I'm there till the end, are Justice League, Justice League International, Justice League Dark, Earth 2, Batman, Detective Comics, Batman Robin, Batman Dark Knight, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, Batman, Batwoman, Batwing, Batwoman, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Batman Inc., Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman, Superman, Action Comics, Supergirl, Superboy, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, Savage Hawkman, Teen Titans. No matter what, I'm with those comics. Guaranteed. Comics that I'm subscribed to, but I'm very unlikely to unsubscribe to are Voodoo, Deathstroke, Swamp Thing, and Demon Knights. Comics that I'm subscribed to, but I can drop at any time if money or whatever reason are iVampire, Stormwatch, Men of War is gone. That got canceled. GI Combat, I'm going to give a chance. We'll see what happens with that. And All Star Western. And then finally, comics that I'm not subscribed to, but I pick up on the side. OMAC is canceled too. I need to update this list. Animal Man, World's Finest, and Fury of Firestorm. So let's just hit save and boom. So those are a list of comics that you guys can expect from me. With the Wave 2, I'm at least going to pick up issue number 1 of each of them. That means even Dial H for Hero, I'm going to pick up and see how that is. And we'll go from there and see how I like those comics. But yeah, those are the comics that I'm going to be reading. Just to let you guys know, I did pick up and caught up with Grifter. I'm not going to pick up Grifter regularly, But the reason why I'm catching up on it is because they're doing that crossover, and I'm doing exactly what DC wants me to do: spend more money for comics. But I'm gonna do it just for this crossover, and after the crossover is done, probably gonna drop it again. Who knows? So yeah, is there anything else? I've been talking for 14 minutes and 54 seconds now. Nothing really else going through my head. Just been busy week of I had a job interview Monday at 9 in the morning. But when you have a job interview at 9 in the morning, depending on where it's located, you're gonna have to get up mad early. You're gonna have to get up at 6:30 to get ready because you're gonna have to be on the road at like 7 or 8, depending on where it is. So I had a job interview on Monday, had a job interview Wednesday, and then I had a job interview today. So three job interviews, which is good. At least I'm getting the job interviews. The first job interview was door-to-door sales. The second job interview is for a company that does broadband stuff that it looks promising. And then the final interview, which I had for today, was actually for Aflac, but they want me to do a lot of sales stuff. And well, it did look interesting. It wasn't. It's not what I want to do. I don't want to do sales, and it was a bit out of the way. It was in Newtonville, which is a bit out of the way for me. Although the second job is a bit out of the way, but it's not quite door to door stuff. I don't want to do door to door. I don't mind doing sales. I just don't want to go door to door. And I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but yeah. So hopefully, me and the missus can get a job so we can move out, we can get married, and we can get our life started. Which is the ideal thing that we want to do. So that's going on. I'm having like I said, today is my birthday. Gonna be a mellow day, just a day of relaxing. Um, Going to have a birthday party though next week on Friday. Going to have Super Smash Brothers tournament, both melee and brawl. Melee is going to be tag, brawl is going to be single. Mario Kart tournament, double dash, regular, possibly seven. Then we're going to have probably Mortal Kombat, a tournament, the new one, and then maybe Street Fighter. I'll think about it, and maybe Soul Calibur. I know a lot of tournaments. Then we're gonna have an apples to apples tournament. Has anyone ever played apples to apples? It's freaking awesome. Apples to apples. Have a fire pit outside. It's gonna be a good time. My number one rule when people come over for my birthday: don't buy me gifts. It's not necessary. I don't need gifts. I have everything I need, everything I want, and I don't want people to feel like they need to spend money on me. But besides that, nothing else is really going on. For those of you that don't know, my fiance and I are working on her channel. We're doing relationship questions and relationship tips. We should have one up tonight. Maybe we might do one tonight. So, but we've been doing that. If you guys have any questions relationship wise, you can just send it to her on her channel. The Gossip Guru channel is going to be down there, and we're always eager to answer any questions at all. And it can be anonymous if you want to make it anonymous. And as always, if you guys want to do a collaboration video, I'm always up for it. I was actually just at my friend's store. My friend is a manager at a store, and we were talking about doing the wrestling collaboration of some sort. We were thinking about doing one about the draft, but the draft really doesn't much matter anymore. So uh, we'll figure something out. But because I want to express my wrestling opinions. But yeah, nothing really else to say. I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.